Oh, quiet. They think they know you and have everything they need to control you. They think you'll beg, chase, and crumble, and they think they can do it with just a little attention or a small gesture. Your servant status means they expect the best from you. They may view you as a puppy, a doormat, or someone they can call on or ignore whenever they want, but the truth is, they don't know the real you. Maybe you've played the part before, crying, explaining, and making excuses. Maybe you've gone out of your way to lower your voice and show less strength, just to make them feel good. I don't care what kind of person you were before this puppet trash doormat incident. What matters is what kind of person you will become after this moment. You see, silence is not a passive or retreating act. It's a weapon, a boundary, and a choice. When you stop playing their game and start playing your own, they think they control you. Oh, how wrong they are. When you stop talking, reacting, and giving them your energy, they lose everything. The power they thought they had lost, the control they thought they had broken. Your silence is the one thing they can't change. It's the mirror that shows them how arrogant they are, how selfish they were. Give them time to deal with their weak behavior and let them choke on the emptiness you leave behind. They'll stumble and try to provoke you, but don't say a word, sigh or whisper. Let your quiet scream louder than anything you've ever said. They knew you'd play along, didn't they? They believed so strongly that you would consistently return, extend forgiveness, and conform to their expectations. But here's the catch. They're struggling without you because their pride is based on your reactions, and your absence destroys everything. They'll feel it in every unanswered text, every missed call, and every moment when they look for your attention and only see silence. Oh, they will pretend that your withdrawal is unimportant, as if it does not affect them. However, what is the truth? They're slowly falling apart because they don't have your energy or approval anymore, and let's be honest, they won't like what they see. You are no longer their puppet. You are no longer pleading or explaining. You are silence. Let them feel their actions, taste your departure dust, and let your absence be the void they can't escape, reminding them daily of what they lost. This isn't about getting back at them, it's about showing them that you are no longer a part of their game. Silence is your declaration of independence, your refusal to be anyone's pawn. They thought they knew you. Let them think again, and let them watch helplessly as you reclaim your power, because silence isn't submission. It's the loudest, most unshakable statement you'll ever make. Now they'll see the truth. You were never weak. Now that you've made a quiet space for them, they'll have to face the truth about who they are and who you've become. Strong, untouchable, and completely free. Don't just ignore these words and return to previous behavior. This should serve as a clear boundary. Now that everything has changed, the next time they try to get you to join their chaos, don't give them anything because you're cold or angry. You refuse to engage in their games, feed their ego, or serve as their puppet. This is your silence. You possess the ability to evoke emotions in others, elicit hatred, and ultimately lead them to the realization that they have never truly understood you. But wait, this journey is just beginning. Today isn't the end of your story. It's the spark that starts your transformation. Today is the pivotal moment when you demonstrate to them and to yourself your true strength, independence, and unwavering determination. You see, silence isn't just a tool, it's a weapon. And today we're going to sharpen it with some dark psychology techniques. Don't get it twisted. This isn't about manipulation, lying, or games. Reclaiming your power and mastering foundation so strong that your ego collapses is the goal. The weight of not having you. Making silence the roar that drowns out their arrogance and forces them to look themselves in the mirror is how you teach them a lesson they'll never forget. Not through words or conflict, but through the quiet, unshakable force of your transformation. This video's next segment discusses this transformation. Are you ready? If you are, hit that like button under this video. Don't just tap it, hit it. This is for everyone who needs this message and is looking for strength to reclaim their lives. Every like and comment helps this message reach someone who needs it just as much as you do. Let's light the fire and turn silence into power. This is your moment. Your journey begins now. Live in independence. It is possible to live in independence. Independence includes freedom from others' opinions and assumptions about you, standing tall in your life and making decisions for your own happiness, not for praise. It's about saying, I can walk this road alone and I will thrive doing it. But they don't want you to be independent, do they? They want you to stay small and dependent on them. They want your loyalty to control you. But here's the truth. Independence destroys their false sense of control when you stop wanting their approval and focusing on them. You may believe that it will feel good to them when you stop worshipping them and running to them every time they show affection, but it will hurt badly because their pride has been built on the false belief that you need them. How do you show them they're wrong? How do you do well when you're independent? First, put yourself first, not them or anyone else. Then, think about what makes you pleased and what makes you feel alive. Start small by writing down the things you used to love doing before other people's opinions mattered so much. Whether it's music, art, running, or something else, bring it back into your life. And if you don't know where to begin, try something completely new. Join a class, join a group, or explore a passion you've always been interested in. Does it feel hard? Of course it does. It's never straightforward to break free. Freedom is a muscle that may be weak right now, but here's the wonderful thing about it. It gets stronger with each step. At first, every step feels heavy, like your old habits are pulling you down, but as you go up, the lighter it gets. Soon you'll look back and see how far you've come, and the view from the top is breathtaking. Imagine you're a bird in a cage. Though the door is open, you've forgotten how to fly after so long inside. They've told you that the cage is all you need, but you know better. One day, you take a leap. At first, it's frightening due to your rusty wings and the unfamiliar air, but then you come to realize something amazing. The open sky is the perfect place for you to soar, discover, and thrive. Freedom is waiting for you. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, to be yourself in a world that is always trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. When you embrace independence, you're rediscovering your true self. Not the version they desired, but the one you've always destined to be. When things get tough, remember that this isn't just for today. It's for the life you deserve, the freedom to live on your own terms, and the freedom to walk into any room knowing you belong because you decided so. Don't just learn to live without them. Learn to live fully and unapologetically as you. You don't need anyone's approval to thrive. Everything you build from here will be stronger than anything you've left behind. Voice your doubts, write them down, and post them in the comments. Let it hit you hard, because this is your truth and your strength. What matters is the life you're building, the freedom you're claiming, and the wings you're spreading. Let others see your success, not for their praise, but for your comfort. I thrive in my independence. Write it, own it, and believe it. This is your journey, and you've already taken the first step. Also, if you haven't already, please hit that little like button below this video. It may seem like a small thing to you, but it means a lot to us because it helps us grow, reach more people, and keep making content that empowers you. Spend time with people who respect you. Let's talk about respect. You've given so much of it to others, haven't you? You've lied, broken promises, stayed up late, and lost your peace just to make someone else feel important. But did they really respect you in return? Or did they just take until you had nothing left to give? It's time to stop wasting your time on people who see you as an option while you treat them like a priority. You deserve better. It begins with spending time with people who respect you, not those who tolerate or use you. Spend time with people who see your worth, respect your presence, and give as much as they take. Let's get this straight. Respect isn't about compliments or kind words on the surface. It's about how people treat you when they don't need anything from you. It's about who is there for you when things get tough, who listens to you without passing judgment, who respects your boundaries, and who sees your worth without you having to prove it. Imagine that these are the people you need to be around. If you let certain people into your life, they will take care of your dirt and plant seeds. You should water your roots, but some people are like weeds. They stop your growth, drain your energy, and make you feel tired. You must remove yard weeds to grow. Spending time with people you respect is like that. Life over staying alive, you think that's too much to ask. It's not. The people who truly matter won't hesitate to show you respect because it comes naturally to them. They won't make you beg for it. They won't question your boundaries, and they sure as hell won't try to manipulate you into thinking you're asking for too much. So what does it look like to spend time with people who respect you? It starts with saying no to those who don't. That's the hard part, isn't it? Cutting off the ones who've been part of your life for so long that it feels wrong to let them go, even when they've shown you over and over again that they don't deserve a place in your life. But here's the truth. You can't make space for people who respect you until you remove the ones who don't. Psychology backs this up. Spending time with people who constantly criticize, belittle, or take advantage of you can lead you to believe that you deserve it. However, when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, celebrate your victories, and recognize your worth, you may initially feel lonely as you begin to remove the weeds. Your garden might look bare, but that emptiness isn't a loss. It's an opportunity. It's room for new growth, better connections, and relationships that feed your soul instead of draining it. Envision yourself as a unique and valuable individual. People who don't respect you will treat you like a rock, stepping on you and ignoring your shine and worth. But the right people will see, polish, protect, and value the diamond itself. That's the difference between people who don't respect you and those who do. That's the energy you need to live by. The moment you stop putting people who don't respect you first, the moment you start creating a life full of love, respect, and mutual respect. If it feels hard, remember this. Every person you let go of opens the door for someone better to come in. Every time you demand respect, you teach the world how to treat you. It's not about being cold or bitter. It's about honoring yourself enough to only let those in who reflect your worth. Say this: I deserve respect, and I choose to surround myself with those who honor me. It's important to remember this because the life you're building now requires respect. Write it down, shout it out, post it in the comments, and make it your mantra. Spend time with people who respect you, not because you need approval, but because you know that's the very least you deserve. Those who can't meet that standard should stay away while you thrive with those who truly see you. I deserve respect, and I choose to surround myself with those who honor me, I say. Say it, believe it, and live it. This is your time to change, and it starts with choosing people who lift you up instead of tearing you down. Share your thoughts and feelings in the comments and read what other people have shared. It's a wonderful way to connect with others, find support, and remind yourself that you're not alone on this journey. Third, improve your emotional intelligence. Let's get one thing straight. Having emotional intelligence. They want you to react because they believe it will give them power. But when you improve your emotional intelligence and stop reacting to their anger, tears, or frustration, you become untouchable. Once their emotional puppet, you now control your mind. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and control your own emotions while also understanding the emotions of others. It's not about hiding how you feel, it's about mastering it. When you maintain composure amidst their chaos, they lose their grip on you. Your tranquility transforms into their frustration. Your power makes them weak, and you want them to fall apart. If someone is trying to get your attention, nothing is more unsettling than being completely calm. Don't yell, fight, or explain yourself. Just stay calm. They'll spiral trying to figure out why their words don't cut, why their actions don't sting, why their games don't work anymore. And in the silence of your emotional clarity, they'll face a truth they can't handle. They've lost their power over you. How do you elevate your emotional intelligence? You start by knowing yourself. When was the last time you sat with your emotions, really sat with them, instead of running from them or letting them explode out of you? It's not easy. Self-awareness never is. But when you take the time to understand what triggers you and why, you start to regain control over your reactions. Imagine this. Your mind is like a thermostat. When someone tries to provoke you, they're cranking up the heat, trying to make you lose your cool, but emotional intelligence lets you control that thermostat. No matter how much they turn the dial, you stay at the temperature you choose. They don't control the heat. You do, and when they realize they can't shake you, their entire game falls apart. Emotional intelligence includes understanding why someone is acting out or trying to get your attention. The majority of the time, it's their fears. It's about their fears and their need for control. Realize that their words and actions reflect them, not you, and stop taking them personally. This is emotional freedom and power, but let's not act like it's easy. 2. Learn to respond instead of react is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. You may want to scream or fight to prove your point, but don't. Instead, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Building emotional intelligence takes practice. The next time someone tries to provoke you, stop and think about it. Just pause, count to 3, take a deep breath, and decide how to respond. This pause may seem strange at first, but it will power you. This is the moment when you regain your control, calmness, and strength. Imagine you're a mountain. The wind howls and the storm rages, but you stay rooted. That's how emotional intelligence feels. The world can throw chaos at you, but you stay grounded. When the storm passes, you will remain unaffected. Alexander the Great, one of the most famous Stoics, said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events." You can't control what others say or do, but you can control how you react, which will determine whether you follow their game or rise above it. That's the essence of emotional intelligence. When you choose peace over chaos, you're making a stronger, more free version of yourself. If it feels hard, remember this. It's not just a skill. Emotional intelligence is a shield that protects your peace, energy, and life. Every time you practice it, you strengthen your limits and show yourself and the world that you are unbreakable. Say this statement, "My feelings don't control me. I control them." Take a moment to write it down, say it out loud, and let it sink in. You're building your life on this truth. You're not a slave to your feelings or others' tricks. When they see you this way and realize they can't elicit a reaction from you, they'll realize they never truly knew you. They will witness the strength in your silence and the power in your calm, which will profoundly impact them. 4. Get stronger. I control my feelings, not the other way around. Say it, own it, and live it. This is your power, and no one can take it away from you. Being there physically, being there in person. People notice you before you even say a word. Your body language sends a message of confidence, strength, and resilience. When you walk into a room with purpose and your posture, energy and presence demand respect, you won't have to say a word to make them feel your power. Trust me, they will. But here's the thing, they won't believe you. Don't expect this from you. They've grown comfortable seeing you slouched small, unsure of yourself. They've assumed they've worn you down, and now is the time to show them they were wrong. Because when you strengthen your physical presence, you not only transform how others see you, you transform how you see yourself. Let's get real. Your physical presence isn't just about appearance. It's about energy. It's about walking like you own the ground beneath your feet, standing like you belong wherever you are, and moving like someone who knows their worth. It's about sending a message without needing to speak. I am here. I am strong. I am unshakable. How do you do it? Start simple. Straighten your posture. When you stand tall with your shoulders back and your head high, you immediately project confidence, even if you don't feel it. Yet psychological. Studies have proven that your body language doesn't just influence how others see you, it influences how you see yourself. When you stand like you're powerful, you start to feel powerful. Imagine a lion walking through its territory. It doesn't rush. It doesn't cower. It moves with calm, deliberate strength, like it knows it's the king of the jungle. That's the energy you're aiming for. Not arrogance, not aggression, just quiet, undeniable strength. Let's talk about what to do now. Taking care of your body in ways that make you feel strong and alive, going to the gym, doing yoga, going for a run, is an important part of strengthening your physical presence. This isn't about meeting other people's expectations. It's about building a body that feels as powerful as your spirit. Training your body makes you stronger and shows you can change with every push-up and mile. Every drop of sweat reminds me that I'm stronger than I thought. And that strength shines through in the way you carry yourself and the way you take up space without saying sorry. But let's be honest, this isn't always easy. On those days when you want to hide or shrink because everything seems too heavy, you need to remind yourself that every step you take to strengthen your physical presence is a step toward reclaiming your power. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. Imagine that you're a mountain that stands firm and doesn't bend. People may try to pull you down by shaking, climbing, or tearing you apart, but you don't move. That's the spirit of being physically present. What matters is not how flashy or loud you are, but how grounded you are. As the old Stoic said, you controls yourself, and that's all the power you need. Strength training builds more than muscle and endurance. It builds a boundary of confidence that no one can break. Say this affirmation: I stand strong in my presence. Believe it, write it down, and post it in the comments. Let it remind you of the power you're stepping into. It's not just about outward strength, but also about internal strength. When people see you walking tall and carrying yourself like someone who knows their worth, they'll feel it. After seeing your transformation, they'll realize they never knew you. That will be their reckoning. Say it out loud. Own it. Live it. Learn how to do it. The art of non-reaction. There are numerous types of reactions you can exhibit. This is what they want: your anger and rage. Your tears make them angrier. They win every time you lash out, beg, or let their words or actions shake you. But when you learn how to not react, when you refuse to let them control your emotions, you take back all the power they thought they had over you. Non-reaction isn't just silence. It's silence with strength behind it. It's the ability to stay calm while someone else goes crazy. When someone tries to upset you, you maintain your composure, leaving them confused and powerless. Think about how many times you've left an argument, fight, or confrontation feeling awful that you let them get the best of you. That ends now. Your shield is not reacting. It protects your peace, energy, and honor, because let's face it, Not everything and not everyone gets your reaction. Imagine you're a still body. Lake. Someone throws a stone in the water, hoping for swirls and waves. Instead, the water stays still. Now you know the power of not reacting. This doesn't imply weakness. It signifies your assertiveness, which in turn frightens them as they rely on your outbursts to validate their own conduct. Without them, they're left looking into a mirror and having to face the hollowness of their actions. The first step towards non-reaction is to become aware of what triggers you and makes you want to defend yourself or make a point. Find the times when you feel angry or hurt and stop for a moment. Take 3 to 10 deep breaths, or as long as it takes you to calm down again. During that pause, you reclaim your power and tell yourself that your peace is more important than their chaos. I am aware that this is one of the most challenging tasks you will ever encounter. However, non-reaction is not about ego. It is about wiseness. It's about realizing that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every word deserves a response. As the Stoics said, we suffer more in our minds than in real life. Your reaction is usually about your mental story, not the present. Let that story go. Focus on the present. Stay calm. Imagine you're a mountain. Even when the wind blows hard and it rains hard, you don't move. People insult and pressure you, but you don't comply. Staying still in the midst of a storm is what non-reaction means to you. I want to make something clear. Being quiet about a problem doesn't mean you're ignoring it. If you pick your fights wisely and don't waste energy on unworthy things, you're not weak. Not reacting is not being inactive. It's the highest form of self-control. The really cool thing is that when you stop reacting, you change the balance of power. They'll try harder to upset you, but their attempts will fail. After becoming angry, confused, and desperate, they'll realize they have no control. Say this affirmation: I choose calm over chaos. Say it out loud, write it down, and post it in the comments every time you feel the need to react. Tell yourself over and over, I choose calm over chaos. Because that's what you're doing. You're choosing peace over drama, strength over weakness. You have power over chaos. And here's the wonderful thing about it. Being calm doesn't just keep you safe from them. Every time you do it, you get stronger, more grounded, and more resilient. Things that used to shake you will no longer be able to affect you. You'll go through life like that rock, steady and unyielding. While others spend all day trying to get someone to respond, I choose calm over chaos. Say it, live it, and be it. This is your power now, and no one can take it away from you. Let them see the strength in your silence, the control in your calm. Let them know they never really knew you, and let their own chaos crush them. You always rise above it. Number 6. Gather a strong group of people close to you. Build a strong inner circle. The people you hang out with will either lift you up or bring you down. If the relationships you've been putting your energy into have been making you feel drained, undervalued, or disrespected, it's time to change things. It's not about having the most people in your inner circle. Having the right people is important. It's about picking quality over number, strength over ease of use, and loyalty over comfort. Think about it. How many times have you clung to someone because they were always there, even though being around them made you feel bad? How often have you told yourself it's okay to stay with someone you've known for years, even though they're hurting your dreams, confidence, and self-worth? That stops now. Getting rid of people who don't belong in your inner circle is the first and most important step to building a strong group. They should provide a secure environment where you can express your vulnerability without fear, pursue your dreams without ridicule, and receive praise rather than criticism for your strength. These are the people who show up when it matters, who listen without judging, who push you to grow because they want to see you win, who aren't jealous of your successes or thrive on your failures, and who cheer you on the loudest when you succeed. Think of your inner circle as a garden. Each person in it is either watering it or draining it. Some individuals in your inner circle act as weeds, encroaching on your space and energy, while others serve as the sun, fostering your growth and strength. It's time to get rid of the weeds and let the sun shine in. You don't need anyone who makes your light dim, but let's be honest, it's not simple to let go of people, even toxic ones. It can feel lonely, and it's tempting to hold on because it's comfortable. But here's the truth. Every person you let go of makes room for someone better. And every weed you pull gives your yard a chance to grow. Trusting that the right people will come into your life when you make room for them is part of building a strong inner circle. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, see your worth, challenge you in the best ways, and make you feel alive. Not stoppable psychology shows that we take on the traits of the people closest to us. Being around growing people helps you grow. If you want to be strong, you need to be around strong people. Let their energy reflect and boost your own. Say this affirmation: I create a circle of strength and respect. Compose this affirmation, utter it aloud, share it in the comments section, and allow it to serve as a constant reminder that you should only offer your time, energy, and presence to those who truly appreciate them. Carefully build your circle and fiercely guard it, and watch how your life changes when you're with people who really see and support you. I create a circle of strength and respect. Say it, live it, and believe it. This is your foundation, your power, your home. Pick your people wisely and let them help you. 7th, rise. Set limits for yourself and stick to them. Set and enforce the limits. Some people feel uncomfortable just hearing the word boundaries. That's because boundaries are where control ends, and someone else's demands and expectations hit the wall of your self-respect. People who don't respect boundaries may label you as cold, selfish, or distant, but in reality, they only label it as selfish when it no longer serves their interests. You set limits to safeguard your inner peace, vitality, and self-esteem, not to exclude others. These are sacred things that not everyone should be able to access. When you set and stick to your limits, you send a clear message. You've probably heard this before, but just because someone is family or a friend for years doesn't mean they're okay with disrespecting you. If someone crosses the line and won't admit it, they don't belong in your life, no matter what label they wear. Boundaries are for everyone, no matter what label they wear. First, make a list of the things you won't stand for. What makes you tired, what hurts, and what goes too far. If someone's behavior is destroying your peace of mind, confidence, or happiness, that's where your boundary should be. It's easier to follow a visible line, so write it down. Now comes the difficult part, enforcing those boundaries. This is where most people fail. It's not enough to say, I don't tolerate disrespect. You have to show it. When someone crosses your line, you need to say no calmly and firmly without apologizing. You shouldn't start a fight. You should stand your ground. If they ignore you or push back, you should walk away. No warnings, no second chances. If you establish boundaries, people will say, this is my line, and if you can't respect it, you don't get to stay. Your boundaries are like your castle's walls, gates, and moat. Without them, anyone can enter, steal, and ruin you. But if you establish boundaries, they transform into a fortress, ensuring security and impenetrability, and those who hold significance will revere the walls, knocking on the gate and patiently awaiting admission. However, when you begin to enforce your boundaries, some individuals may retaliate. They'll try to make you feel small for daring to protect yourself. Don't fall for it. Their discomfort is a sign that your boundary is working. People who truly value you won't be upset by your boundaries. They'll respect them. Those who don't, let them be angry and let them go.